And let's get to that breaking news right now. Federal authorities have a press conference. Let's listen in.
Elimination of cartels and transnational criminal organizations. As the president made clear, these organizations cause enormous harms to our country, our communities, and they include activities such as trafficking deadly fentanyl into our neighborhoods. Following the president's direction, Attorney General Pam Bondi issued a memo implementing the president's order to mobilize federal law enforcement to prioritize the dismantling of these transnational groups. They also sent us a directive to get rid of open-air drug markets. So today we're here to talk about an operation that does just that. Operation Dead Horse. Today my office is unsealing 7 indictments, charging 14 defendants with racketeering and drug trafficking offenses stemming from their membership in one of the largest and most violent gangs in the Western Hemisphere, the 18th Street Gang. Law enforcement executed 12 search warrants on various locations across our district. We've arrested 12 defendants on federal charges. 6 remain as fugitives of justice. They will be found and they will be arrested. The 18th Street Gang is a transnational criminal organization that controls the rampant drug trafficking in multiple areas of Los Angeles, including MacArthur Park, parts of Hollywood, downtown, and the San Fernando Valley. The gang has over 100,000 members across the United States and also has a stronghold in Central and South America, including El Salvador and Honduras. And just so you guys have an understanding of the layout of the park, different gangs own different parts of the park. Own as in they attempt to control. Here, this particular gang, the 18th Street Gang, they try to control the northern part of the park. So everything above Wilshire Boulevard is claimed by the 18th Street Gang, or at least was claimed until we've arrested them today. 7 of the defendants. Actually, before I get into the specific defendants and the charges, I want you to see what we're doing here. This is the state of MacArthur Park area. This is what it looks like right now. It is rampant, open-air drug dealing, drug trafficking, violence, and you have a lot of transients, homeless, and drug users who go there to buy and use drugs. And this is the condition of this area of Los Angeles. And you could see people in these photos who appear to be under the influence of fentanyl and other drugs. They're hanging over, they're passed out. This is a daily occurrence over at MacArthur Park. So that's what this investigation is about. It's to try to clean up these neighborhoods so hardworking, law-abiding families and people of Los Angeles can enjoy their communities free from the scourge of this violence and drug use. The 7 defendants, including the top brass of the gang, are charged with racketeering and RICO conspiracy. The defendants include Kiko Gonzalez, a.k.a. Moms, the second in command of the gang and the street boss of the entire organization. As alleged in the indictment, here I'll put their faces back up so you can track. As alleged in the indictment, Gonzalez is married to an incarcerated Mexican mafia member who continues to exert control over the gang from inside the California state prison system. The indictment also charges Gonzalez and 2 other 18th Street associates with conspiring to murder the murder of a rival drug trafficker. As outlined in the indictment, at Gonzalez's direction, defendants George Carrillo and Carlos Beltran murdered the victim in July of 2022 by shooting her in the head. The indictment also charges Edward Escalante, Edward Alvarenga, and Felipe de Los Angeles with conspiring with Gonzalez to extort other drug traffickers and businesses in the 18th Street controlled territory, again, which includes the area of MacArthur Park. My office has also charged the gang's 3 largest suppliers of drugs. These traffickers have directly contributed to the scourge of drugs in areas like MacArthur Park and other areas of Los Angeles. These indictments are a significant step in cleaning up the park. We're far from done. We're going to keep working not only in this part of LA, but other parts of LA to clean up violent crime and drug trafficking. what we hope is that by unsealing these cases today and showing you what we've done, you guys will see that this is a priority, not only of the Department of Justice, but also of our agency partners and of the local police as well, which you're going to hear from today. I really do want to thank the partnership. We all could do aspects of this case on our own, but in order to tackle an organization this large and complex, it takes multi-agencies working together hand in hand. And so here, I really want to thank the partners, and just so you guys understand who's involved. You have the FBI, obviously the Department of Justice, my office. You have the DEA, you have HSI, you have IRS, you have the U.S. Marshal Service, you have LAPD, and the LASD. So those are all the various partners involved. We thank each and every one of them. And we worked hand in hand in this, and we will continue to work hand in hand for the betterment of the community here in Los Angeles and the United States of America. So I'll turn it over now to Robert Mulvar, who's the Acting Assistant Director in charge of the FBI Los Angeles Field Office. Bob.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Robert Mulvar, the Special Agent in charge of the Criminal Division of the Los Angeles Field Office, FBI's office. I'd like to begin by thanking you for being here today. I'd also like to thank our federal and local partners joining us, with whom we could not accomplish these successful large-scale operations. As the First Assistant mentioned, I'd like to thank the Los Angeles Police Department, Homeland Security Investigations, the IRS, the U.S. Marshal Service, the DEA.
And you've been
and the
listening
United
to a
States
news
Attorney's
conference
Office.
about the
This case was
takedown of the
initiated in
18th
January
Street
2020.
gang, a gang that has 100,000 members around the country. And they were really taking over at MacArthur Park, doing a lot of drug activity. And this is a big takedown.
It's a